Hey guys, tell me, come on, we need to know. What do you think of this freaking outfit? Flower shorts, Vegeta pink tank top. How can you get any better than that, baby? Holy Toledo! What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trades. We freaking talk fast and don't skip class. I like your preface by saying that I'm not a financial advisor or expert. So take what I say with a grain of salt. Let's get into the video. So today, my friends, my family, my fellow Gorilla Gang, AMC down about 2.42%. I'm gonna give an update video this weekend, more specifically on the technical analysis, the Ortex data, the short volume percentage ratio, all that sort of stuff. More so, what I want to talk about today is two main broad concepts. I want to talk about why AMC, right? I want to talk about why I think the apes gravitated so heavily towards this stock. And then I also want to talk about directing your emotion, your anger, your frustration, the things you feel about the way that this plays out on a given day towards a source, right? Not necessarily in terms of, you get to choose that. It's not my decision on what you do with your own emotions and your time and your feelings and stuff, but I think it's important to realize that. So starting off, first and foremost, I want to talk about why I think AMC is what it is, right? I've heard this question a million times from mainstream media, financial media, different people on Twitter, different people on YouTube. Could there have been any stock? Could any stock be doing what AMC has done, creating the ape movement? Thankfully to GameStop, which led the way, paved the way. And I think GameStop's in the exact same shoes, right? AMC and GameStop, what they have is an it factor. There's unquantifiable aspects of these companies that drive people to love them. Historical, cultural, sentimental, emotional, the things that those companies made people feel is what really drives them to like the stock, to like the company. Now get this, you have a historical cultural company just, like AMC or GameStop, and you've got big hedge funds, big firms, big market makers, yada, 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 the whole spiel. They decide they want to bankrupt these companies who would short GameStop over 100% of the overall float. AMC very likely having a pretty high amount of short interest in comparison to what's actually even reported to the general public, just based on the things that we know. But still, because of the fact that it's historical, cultural, has sentimental value, it's provided feelings for people. I mean, ultimately, that's what AMC is. I had my first ever kiss in AMC movie theaters. I experienced things in those movies, like this is a memory I'll always remember. I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with my old man, Pops, right? My stepdad who passed away 5 years ago. And I'll never forget how cool it was to watch that. Or watching Iron Man in the theater for the first time. And I remember my dad saying, I can't wait until the freaking Avengers come out, right? That sort of stuff. I mean, that's incredible. That's the sort of thing that, I always remember. It's the it factor. It's the piece that you can't quantify. And people bet against that. They bet against the big firms, these big guys, bet against culture, history, Americans, right? That's ultimately what this is. So to lead that to a certain point, do I think AMC could have been any company? Absolutely not, because it has the it factor, it has the wow, it has the thing that you can't put a price to, a number to, and you can't quantify. It's not tangible, right? It's things that just exist and they are what they are because of the way the country worked and built itself. Which leads me to this. Anger, frustration, what drives this trade and the entire ape movement derives from frustration towards big firms manipulating, committing to fraudulence, financial treason, whatever it may be, towards companies such as AMC and GameStop, even though they've been a piece of American culture. AMC for over 100 years, GameStop for decades. I mean, I've been to GameStop a million times. It's like a kid in a candy store, man. AMC, kid in a candy store, man. I love that stuff. And that anger and frustration is directed towards these people, right? Remember, the retail investors, 80% of this company is owned by retail investors. So you've got two options here. You think to yourself, I'll let you answer this yourself. I'm not here to do that for you. Two things are driving the price down in the last month or so. Is it apes selling the stock, or is it an outside factor, a Y variable, right? There's two options here. Is it a little bit of both? Maybe, right? Obviously, we don't live in a vacuum, 4 million people. We can't speak for every single person on planet Earth, but I like to think the majority of people like the stock, right? So where do you direct your aggression, your anger, your frustration on any given day? Because that's what this is about, right? The price being psychological, this message being exactly what it is. If this is the trade that you're playing, the frustration, the anger, all of these emotions that you feel, drive that towards the source of the problem, the people themselves that cause these issues. It's not any individual person on Twitter. It's not any individual person on Instagram, YouTube, whatever it may be. It's these big fucks. It's the hedge fucks that commit to freaking all these problems, the systemic problems like failure to deliver, and naked short selling, high frequency trading, and market collusion, and all of these broad concepts that do what is happening to AMC stock right now. Remember that. Remember what this is. Don't forget, if this is what you're in it for, right? You're in it for the ape movement. You believe in the stock because of exactly what I just talked about, or whatever reasons you have, your why, your conviction, your thesis behind the trade. Remember that. Come back to that thesis, because ultimately conviction is what pays off in the end. Conviction brought people from $5 to $72. And conviction to me is going to bring people from $32. You can't see my freaking chart right now, but from $32 to the new highs, right? Remember that. That's what I've got for this video. So blah, blah, blah. Catch you on the next one. Titan, come here, buddy. Come here. You gotta say goodbye. You gotta say goodbye. Come here. Come here. There you are. You crazy chicken. Goodbye from me and Titan. Titan's feisty. He actually messed up my freaking monitor today. Thankfully I got some new ones coming in. Well, actually here, but I'm waiting for a mount to come in, but he freaking destroyed this thing. I don't know how he did it, but he knocked over my monitor when I got off work. I came back and I saw it was just freaking shattered. So hopefully we're able to fix that. It won't be a problem with the next ones, but catch your eyes on the next one. Much love, light taps always, and peace.